Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can find us now. Oop. Okay, we got our silence. All right, let's see if anybody joins us. Just try to get things straight. Hi, Aunt. I think you're the first one to arrive. Hey, Robin. Hello, Miss Carol. Okay, now I started to see everybody. All right, here we go. Now I see everybody joining in. Much better. All right, bear with me. I'm going to try. Thank you, Miss Donna. I'm going to try to share it as well. So just bear with me. Oop. I think I have to drop it down in the corner. There we go. Go over here. Because, again, Facebook makes things so much harder than it ever had to be. Used to be a simple thing. And now, it's a great big pain in the butt. Okay, so now I have to copy the link. And then go to my groups. And paste it. There's one. And oops, 2. Okay. And now we'll post that one. Okay, I think we're all set. Oop. All right. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you sharing very much. I hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. And it's coming to a close, unfortunately. These weekends go by so gosh darn fast. I went and took Tucker and we went to go visit Dad today. So we've been busy. Been a busy weekend altogether. Laundry's all caught up. Floors vacuumed, mopped. All that good stuff happened this weekend. So it's been a productive weekend, but a busy weekend. Hey, Nance. Glad you could make it. Glad Robin shared the link for you. Carol shared the link for you. Because I know Facebook does its own thing. They decide what they think you might want to see. All right. I think we have pretty good obvious hopping on here. So we'll go ahead and get started. I do have Prize Patrol. So to announce last week's winners, we have Deb Dean and June Burke. I haven't seen either ladies drop in yet. Hopefully they will soon. But in the meantime, they are the winners of our last 2 packages of the vellum, textured and colored. But we do have tonight the pretty adhesive backed snowflakes. Many of you that placed orders with me last month received these, are in the process of receiving these. They're going out actually tomorrow. But some of you have already received some of these from me, but I do have 2 packages left, and I have been Prize Patrol with those this week. So, and we're using them in one of our projects tonight. So you get to see how pretty they really are. So, thank you for sharing and commenting, and I will choose the winners for those next week. Hey, Miss Sue. Thanks for joining. So this week we are featuring the cute stamp set Warm and Toasty. This is in the mini catalog. Hey, Robin. Thanks for joining us. And, oh, you're welcome, Deb. I didn't even say jump in there. But congratulations. That'll be coming in tomorrow's, well, it'll be going out in tomorrow's mail, so you'll be getting it in the next day or so. But the Warm and Toasty you'll find on page 42, along with the Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper. We will be using that tonight as well. But the stamp set is what we're focusing on. And they're so cute. Just saying. Anywho, so tonight's cards are, we're going to do a little fun technique using our alcohol-based markers, our Stampin' Blends, to get this fun background. And I can guarantee tonight's won't look exactly like that, but it'll be similar. Hey, Lisa, thanks for joining, and thank you so much for sharing. Then we have this cute little guy. And then we have this little fun fold card. Isn't he cute? And that's got just a little flap fold. All right, so the first one we're going to start with is this one, because this one's, we are using a fun technique with our alcohol inks. And actually, I lied. We're not using our markers. I'm using alcohol in our ink refills. I tried a technique with the markers last night, but it didn't work out. So we switched gears and went with this little technique. So I am misspeaking. All right, so for card number 1, I am starting with a Pool Party card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we will just press out that, set it aside. Then I have a piece of Misty Moonlight, and that measures 4 by 5 1/4. Hey, Francine, thank you for joining us. Truly appreciate it. I have another piece of Whisper White. This is 3 3/4 by 5. I have a 1-inch scrap of the Misty Moonlight for our sentiment. And then I have a scrap piece of white that we're going to stamp and die cut our image from. But we're going to start with our 3 3/4 by 5-inch Whisper White. And I'm going to bring in Saran Wrap from my kitchen. Okay, so I'm just going to tear off a piece of Saran Wrap. I'm just going to lay it down on my surface, just like so. You can get pretty messy with this, so you just want to be careful. I have a Stampin Spritzer, and this one is filled with alcohol. I'm using 91% alcohol, but any alcohol will do, as long as you're at least 60%. But mine happens to be 91, and the higher the alcohol content, the less movement of your ink you're going to get, and the faster dry time you're going to get. So if you really want your ink to move, you want to go with the lower, but you don't want to go any lower than 60%. I also have here my Frost White ink. This is in the annual catalog. We do have the Frost ink and Frost White, and we have Champagne are the two colors. Hey, Miss June. I believe you were one of our Prize Patrol runners, so that'll be coming in your mail this week, Miss June. That'll go out in tomorrow's mailbox. You are a winner of the colored vellum. All right, so we're going to take a couple drops. Oh, Miss Nancy, you're funny. Any kind of alcohol you happen to have on hand. Hey, Sue. Hey, Sharon. I promise it'll be really cute. All right, so we're going to take a couple drops, if I can get the top off this, because we want to mix just a couple of drops into our alcohol. So I just want a little bit. There's a little ball inside that ink for shaking it up. which I did shake it up really good before we got on. Now we're just going to put our top on our spritzer here and shake it up. So now our alcohol is going to have a little bit of shimmer in it. No, Nancy, it's everybody's is going out tomorrow. I was having some issues with my computer and my printer talking to each other to print the postage. I finally got it working. So today I got everybody's all packaged up and postage on it, and it will go out tomorrow. Okay, so there's our alcohol. All right, so now I've got my Pool Party ink refill. And we're just gonna add a few drops around. And my other color I'm using is Balmy Blue. We're just gonna add a few drops of that as well. Now we have our alcohol. Make sure your nozzle is pointed in the right direction, because trust me, you don't want to spray yourself in the face with this. And you just want to make sure that ink moves around a little bit. And use your pick up your cardstock and there we go. Get rid of the mess. And then we take our heat tool and help dry it along. And it will move a little bit while it's wet. And like I said, each one you do will come out different. They're never two the same. But I can tell you the shimmer from adding that shimmer paint to the alcohol is absolutely gorgeous. What did I put in the alcohol? I'm sorry, Saren. I put in, it's called Frost White ink, and you'll find it in our annual catalog. We have Frost White and Champagne are the two colors that we carry. And it gives it this amazing shimmer. I don't know if I can capture it in the camera, if you can see that. I'll try to hold it up. Unfortunately, I have a real serious delay, so I can't tell if I'm capturing it in the... But yeah, it's beautiful. Trust me. Turn this up a little bit. Tends to get a little messy, but the results are so worth it. Okay. And for some reason, the Pool Party and the Balmy Blue, when they come together with that shimmer, it almost looks like veins of gold running through it. It's just a really amazing effect. Love it. Anywho, bring back our card base, bring back our other here. And we're going to use some, I'm using the Stampin' Seal Plus, just because it does tend to warp. and it works really well. We're going to go ahead and we're going to layer these. Hi, Nancy Graves. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. All right. So we have that. And I have here the Misty Moonlight ribbon, also found in the annual catalog. And we're just going to go ahead and tie that on here. I'm just going to bring in my tweezers because they are always helpful. Yeah, it might work like their iridescent medium. I don't have that, so I don't know for certain, but... Excuse me, my phone is ringing.
Call from potential spam.
There. Potential spam. We don't want to talk to potential spam, so we're just gonna hang up on them. Okay, sorry about that interruption. Now my fingers aren't gonna work. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna tie that on there. And then we're just gonna trim our tails. Add our adhesive. This is supposed to go up just a little bit higher. There we go. I really like the Stampin' Sale Plus. It works really well. It's nice and strong. Oh, no, Lisa, you are not the only one getting those calls. We get them every day, at least once a day, if not 3 or 4 times. It's crazy. Oh, we've been getting them. House phone, cell phone, every phone that we have. It's just, it's nonsense. Okay, so now we have our scrap of Whisper White. And I am going to use my Memento Black ink. And our little bear here, he's so cute. Our little skater bear. Where's my big block? He's a little large, so he goes on a big block here. Like so. And I'd like to just take my Memento. Stamp him down like so. Then, just using my Stampin' Right markers, I'm going to use the Dark Pool Party. And I'm going to just color in his hat and his scarf. Just doing the striped areas. Nothing too fancy. But I think he's so cute. Then using the Misty Moonlight, oh my goodness, the Seaside Spray, the light, I'm just going to outline him. So just going around. Is it harder to clean the Memento paint off your stamps? Oh, no, the Memento ink comes off very easily. It's the StazOn that will stain your stamps, and you have to have the special cleaner to clean them. But Memento comes off very easy. As a matter of fact, I just use my stamp chamois that has really just water on it, and it'll come right off and come clean. So there's our little bear. Sharon, this is the stamp chamois that I use for, oops, ooh, didn't mean to joggle everybody. But comes perfectly clean with just water. Okay, now that he's all set, I'm going to bring in my layering ovals dies. And we're using, I guess this is like the second to the or third to the largest. And we're just going to cut him out just like so. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Which is Stampin' Up's brand new die cutting and embossing machine. Isn't he adorable? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just add some dimensionals on the back here. No, Sharon, for StazOn, I use the actual StazOn cleaner, which is this here, and it has a little dauber on the end that I just scrub the stamp with, and then I will use my Stampin' Scrub. Because the StazOn does require a little more what do I want to call it? A little more oomph to it as far as the scrubbing action goes. Okay, so there's our cute little bear. Now we're going to do our sentiment. So I have a 1-inch scrap of my Misty Moonlight cardstock. Gonna bring in my embossing buddy, which we did retire that this year. Why, I don't know, but this is one of those things you can make with like the flour bags or the flour cloth dish towels, and fill it with cornstarch, because you do want to get that extra static and any oils from your fingers off of here. All right, so now I'm going to use my Versamark ink, and I'm going to bring in the stamp that says Warm and Toasty. Wishes to you. Let's Okay, so we're just going to bring that in and getting a little glare here. Stamp that in like so. Got my white embossing powder. I also have a little paintbrush here to help remove any excess that doesn't belong. All right. So put that aside. Bring in our tweezers. Hey, Tina. Hey, Whitney. And we're just going to melt that powder. And you'll notice that it turns a nice bright white when it's finished melting. Like so. So I'm just going to cut this end straight. And then this end, I'm just going to cut at an angle. All right, bring in some more dimensionals here. Just like that. And then those adhesive snowflakes, like I'm giving away tonight. Next week. Got my take your pick tool. Now you'll notice these adhesive snowflakes, they come in a pack. You get both of these little sheets. This one is more of an iridescent white, and then this one, these are clear iridescent. You'll see some purples and blues and pinks, and as you kind of move these around, and these are the ones that I used. I'm using my take your pick tool. It's got a sticky end here. And I'm just gonna randomly place these around. I'm not being stingy with them in any way. There's lots of them, so no need to be stingy. Put one there. There. And maybe I'll put one there. Like so. So that finishes card number 1. So like I said, each background is going to be different depending on what you're doing. Isn't he cute though? I love the little bear. Nope, they're the exact same colors, Nance. It's just one has maybe a little bit more of the pool party where the other one ended up with a little more of the balmy blue. Oh, thank you, Sharon. I'm so glad you like them. Okay, so that's our first card. Next up is our cute little reindeer. Thank you, Lisa. He's cute too. I love this little guy. So for this little guy, we again have our standard card base. This time we're using the Misty Moonlight 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Oh, yes, they are different colors. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you, Karen, and hello to Australia as well. We are so glad to have you. All right, then we have a piece of the Purple Posy cardstock that measures 3 3/4 by 5. Then I have a piece of the beautiful designer paper. This is from the Feels Like Frost designer series paper, the 6x6 pack. This measures 3.5 by 4 3/4. So that's going to layer onto the Purple Posy. So again, just using some of my Stampin' Seal Plus. We're going to go ahead and place this. Isn't he adorable? I love the little deer too. All right, this one, then I have this ribbon. This is one of the trio from the Plays with Pattern designer, Plays with Patterns ribbon pack. Wow, let's get that all out. Hey Shelly, thanks for joining. So I'm just gonna wrap this pretty ribbon around like so. And again, bring those tweezers in to hold that knot. I love this paper too, Carol. It's one of my favorites. I was so glad when they brought it back for this year. It's a returning favorite from last year. They don't typically bring back paper, but this one was so popular that they did bring it back. So we're just going to trim our tails. And we can go ahead and add this to our card base. So there's that. And then we have a scrap of Whisper White, and this is to do our stamping. So again, using our Memento ink pad, we need our little deer. Like so. Then we're going to bring in, I used the light soft suede to do his antlers. Then we're going to use crumb cake, the light and the dark. So we're going to start with our light. Or actually, you know what? Before I do is that, I'm going to bring in the dark petal pink to do inside of his ears. Then we're going to take our crumb cake, the light, and just fill in get his tail. Then bring in the dark. And I'm just going to kind of just do around a few spots here. And then just blend it out. Then just using the dark, I'm going to do his hooves. Then we're going to use the Misty Moonlight, light and dark, for his bow. So we're going to start with the light, and we're just going to fill it all in. Hi, Miss Betty. Then just using the dark, we're going to hit a few of these areas just to give it a little and then we can just blend it. And that's all there is to it. So we're going to put those away, get them out of the way here. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp the Sharing Christmas Cheer. I'm going to stamp that in Night of Navy. A little crooked, but that's okay. All right, so then I'm going to bring in my Stitched Shapes dies. I'm using the circles. So we're going to use the largest to cut him out and the smallest to cut out our Christmas cheer. So I will just move these over here to our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. sentiment, and here's our little reindeer. Put these back. What did I do? We need our dimensionals. So he just sticks on there like so. And for our sentiment here, we're going to put a little adhesive on this edge. And then on the opposite side over here, we're going to throw a dimensional in. And we're just going to sneak that over so there's card number 2. Quick and easy. Okay, so now we're ready for card number 3, which is this fun little fun fold. And that's a really simple card to make, and I think he's stinking cute too. So we're gonna bring in, we have a lot of little pieces here. So we have a Night of Navy card base. This is actually 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then we have a piece of Seaside Spray. That's 4 by 5 1/4. And that'll layer on like so. Then I have a piece of Night of Navy. This measures, I believe, let me see, I forget, it was 3 3/4 by 5, and I scored it at 1 inch, so I have this little 1 inch flap. So I'm just gonna fold that down. So what I'm gonna do to attach this is I'm gonna add some of my Stampin' Seal Plus. You do want to use a little bit of a strong adhesive because this is going to take a lot of abuse, I guess you could call it. Oh, okay, Carol. Have a wonderful evening and a great week. So now we're going to grab our Misty Moonlight flap, and we're just going to line this up like so. We're going to have it over maybe about 1/2 inch and fold it down just like so. Okay? And then these together are going to layer onto the card base. So we're going to go ahead now and again, using our Seal Plus. And you want to add some extra adhesive on there so it stays nice and attached. So again, line that all up. Then I have a piece of the designer paper. This is also from the Feels Like Frost collection. And this measures 3 1/2 by 3 3/4. And that'll layer on the front like so. And this paper is a specialty paper. The opposite side of this gorgeous pattern is this metallic silver. So it really is difficult to cover and pick a side, but you have to pick a side. So this time it was still the pretty photos that won out. This paper is gorgeous. All right, So there's our flap. Now we have a piece of Night of Navy, and we're going to again bring back those stitched shapes. And again, we're going to use the second to the smallest, and we're going to cut out a circle. Then we have a scrap piece of Whisper White. I also have a 1/2 inch piece for the sentiment. And we're going to use the Night of Navy ink. And we need the little polar bear here. So we have our little bear. We're going to stamp him down. He's so cute. Oop. Now I have the 1.5 inch circle punch. This one is still part of our punch collection, so you can still get your hands on the 1.5 inch. That's not one that they retired, and we're just going to punch him out like so. Hi, Kim Morton. Thank you for joining us. All right, now we have that 1/2 inch piece of Whisper White, and we're going to get the stamp that says "Just for You." And again, the Night of Navy. Let's flip that over. Try to do that a little straighter. There, a little better. And then we're going to go ahead, trim that off like so, and then this end we're going to put a snip in the center there. Banner that end. Go ahead and layer these together with some dimensionals. I use every ounce of my dimensionals. I never throw the little end pieces away. It is fun, Kim. And yes, if you ever want to just watch the replay to see what we've done so far, it's always there. All right, so now we can go ahead and add another dimensional. We're going to put this right about there. Just like so. And then we'll just sneak that in there like so. And there is card number 3. awesome, Nancy. I'm so glad. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Lisa. I'm glad you like them. Oh, thanks for the hearts, ladies. I too truly appreciate that. Oh, Nancy, it's my pleasure. Awesome. Thank you, Auntie. Glad you liked it. Oh, Sharon, I'm so glad. We're here every Sunday at 7 p.m., so join us again. We'd appreciate it. I know, Robin. It's really stinking cute. And this bear, he just makes you want to smile just looking at him. Well, thank you, June. I'm glad you like the reindeer. Oh, you're welcome, Sue. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate your support. I appreciate every one of you, and I can't thank you all enough for hanging out with me on these fun Sunday nights. Okay, guys, I wish you all a wonderful week coming up, and I will see you back here next week. Have a great week, guys. Bye.